This is a video for the Fétiche de Rouge Syndicate. Well, everyone, we took Radish back to the Fairhill horse trials and we contested the Open Intermediate division, which is sort of the equivalent to the 3-star short division that we competed in last time. This was an important event for Radish just because it was sort of his final run before a big spring goal of the Bromont 3-star long. So really wanted to have a good run with him. It was a good fitness run. It was also fantastic footing. We've had an immense amount of rain, and when we sort of get into this time of the year, I always get terrified of getting hard ground, and the footing was absolutely perfect. It was even a bit holding and a little soft, which is great for Radish. And what you're seeing here is the dressage test, obviously. Radish put in a very nice test. We actually won the division in the dressage. We scored a 25.8, which I think would be about 72%. Anyway, Radish is very good in the ring. He's a cool horse to ride. He's quiet, but he's also a little bit sharp. He's an unusual horse where he's a little bit laid back and a little bit quiet, but then he's got a real wild side to him. The good news is when we're in the dressage ring, he is mega focused. He's quite easy to ride in there. Obviously, he's got great movement, great paces, and he presents a nice picture. He's probably not as extravagant as some of the other horses, but he sort of doesn't do anything wrong, and when he gets excited in a good way. He sort of lifts up and shows a little bit more cadence and expression. This Bromont 3-day event, the dressage test will be a little bit more challenging. There'll be half pasts instead of haunches in. But anyway, I really think with Radish, he's very, very trained and schooled on the flat. And to get a horse at the score of 25.8 is it's pretty exciting, just because where the sport's going now is we need to have horses that are really, really strong in the dressage, just because it's so competitive. Fairhill was a good cross-country course. It was a long course, and the great thing with the course is most of it goes uphill, so it was a great fitness run for him. I didn't go flat out on him, but I moved him along. I think I was the second or third fastest in the class. I was about 20 seconds over the optimum time. I think the time was 6 minutes and 10 seconds, and we finished in 6 minutes 30. Radish is a very fast horse. He's got a great gallop. I'm still finding that I have to set up a little bit, especially at the beginning of the course when he's a little strong and fresh. And I sort of think when we get to Bromont, it's even longer of a course. It will be about a nine-minute course, which actually is perfect for us because it's the same number of jumps. It will just be over about 3.5 miles. So it allows me to let him run and let him gallop. One of the best attributes Radish has is his speed and his stamina and his endurance. His breeding is very athletic with lots and lots of thoroughbred and Self-Frontiers. So we don't really get the benefit of this until he's at the very top level of the sport. At these sort of lead-up horse trials, a heavier horse or a more unathletic horse can still get around competitively, and it's not until you get to the big long events like Kentucky they get exposed. So I feel like as we get Radish to the very top of the sport, he'll even start shining a bit more against the other horses. Show jumping wise, he put in a good round. It's sort of a bit of a crummy show jumping ring here at Fairhill. It's sort of in they got so much land there, and they put it in this tiny little grass ring. By saying that, we're going to take Radish up. I'm going to meet Peter Wild up in Saugerties, up in New York, at a big jumping show in 2 weeks' time. And I feel like this will be a great... We'll jump him in some metre 20 or metre 25s in big rings on good footing with spooky jumps to really have him prepared for Bromont. Saying that, guys, we finished in second place. There was one rider that went around like a racehorse that got in. I think they got the time or whatever. So we finished second. We won the dressage. We were clear in the show jumping, and then we went fast in the cross country, but not crazy fast. So, Radish is still a little bit green, and how do I say, he's a little bit quirky too. He's got a wild side to him, so that's always in the back of my mind. As we get more experienced, I feel like all that's dissipating a bit. He's a very careful jumper. The biggest challenge we've got in the jumping is the rideability. You see this turn here, he sort of shoots off and then throws his head in the air, and that was our ugly jump. But as you get to the jump, he pings off the ground, even if you're having to fight with him. I went with the same bridle as last time. I think this is a good answer. It's a rubber bit, but it's got a rope noseband, so it sort of slows him up when he starts charging at the jumps. So from here till Bromont, we'll be galloping him every 4 or 5 days. We're very lucky to use a synthetic gallop down the road if the ground gets hard. And then I'll start getting really dialed in for the dressage. Silver's been riding him a little bit on the flat for me, and then we'll take him to one jumping show. But I think we're looking very, very in a great place. I've sort of got my tail up after this weekend, and I really think that we're in with a good shot at Bromont. Bromont would be one of the most challenging 3-day events in the country, or in the world, actually. It's a beautiful venue. It's got big jumps. It's a challenging course, but that's exactly what we want for Radish, because I feel like this is sort of a stepping stone before we take him to the 4-star level. I got a little bit of the cross country here. See, the ground was good. It's nice and soft, and a sort of similar course to what we did here a couple of weeks ago. I feel like we've got Radish pretty fit. I think he'll probably get 3 or 4 more gallops in, so I think his fitness will even increase a little bit more coming to Bromont. Bromont will be our first real fitness test, but like I said to you guys before, we selected Radish with this as one of our top priorities. Is that as a big time 5-star horse, we want one that can run and gallop and jump and do the dressage and jumping. So anyway, guys, we've got ourselves a very special horse. I think we're in great shape. 3 or 4 weeks time we'll be up in 3 weeks time we'll be up in Bromont, ready to rock.